What's going on, guys? Adam again, back with Atomic Garage, and today we're going to talk about a few things that I purchased from Harbor Freight coming up in this video. So here it is, guys. Here are the few things that we got from Harbor Freight. And we're going to talk about each one of them specifically, why I bought it, what I think about it so far. Not really getting in depth into it, but at least going over the things that were purchased. And of course, as you know, guys, I have my receipt, so we will talk about the pricing on everything as well. And you guys be surprised because I got all this stuff for under $75. So I feel pretty good about that. So let's go ahead and get started with the first thing. First, we'll start off with this multi-use transfer pump. This is something, guys, that I have been putting off over and over. Why? I don't know. I think it's like $6.99. So why have I been holding off on purchasing this is beyond me. But as you know, guys, the purpose of this is to be able to move fluid from one container to another. That's going to help me with different little projects, transferring oil or transferring gas from one container to another, or pumping gas, whatever it is. I found myself needing this at different points in time. And with it being as cheap as it is, even if it broke coming straight out the package, I didn't really lose a whole bunch. So, Pittsburgh multi-use transfer pump, guys. After that, guys, we went on ahead and we addressed something that I needed to address a very long time ago. And that was Adam needing a battery charger, because I had one of the little roll behind battery chargers, the big one, and that dramatically caught on fire. So I needed another one, and I went without it for years at a time. And I tried to mitigate my need for another battery charger by trying to get one of these Viking trickle chargers. And that is great. Like, I love that thing. It keeps batteries healthy even after running them dead continually. And between the tuning, and between trying to get the Mercedes to start, between all of those different things, I've been running the batteries down. That bad boy has been saving me. But I needed a battery charger, because a maintainer in a trickle charger is still not going to be able to bring a battery back up pretty quickly. And that's where the Syntec battery charger with engine start comes in handy, guys. Yes, I don't always feel like pulling my truck up and trying to boost the other car off and do all that. This is a pretty light, pretty small for the most part. Set it on the engine, connect it, we're good to go. And a couple features about this battery charger that I really do like is the fact that these leads do not go live. Those leads do not go live until they're actually connected to the battery. A couple other things that I really do like about this battery charger is the fact that it has auto shut off, thermal protection as well, so many other things, and the price of only $34.99. So for $35, you have a pretty portable, you can trickle charge batteries, you can do multiple things with this one charger, and you need to get a boost, you need to get a jump, you can use this as well. So I feel really good about that. I feel better about this as opposed to actually having the battery pack, because I've had a battery pack from Harbor Freight. In my experience, it couldn't jump off the lawnmower that's in the yard. Right? I hated that thing. But this should be able to take care of my needs, and I feel really good about finally getting a battery charger. Now, guys, this is another obvious choice, guys. This is a 12 outlet super power strip. And guys, this was needed because I don't have as many plugs in this shop. I've got them here, I've got them there, but I don't always feel like reaching up under there to try and plug and disconnect and everything like that. With this, I can go ahead and throw this off, we can mount it up, we can throw it right there, have a nice day. I've got all these outlets, and I can go ahead and, oh, I need to use the grinder, boom. I need to put an extension cord here, boom. It's in quick reach as opposed to trying to disconnect something from under the bottom, reconnecting something else, and doing all that, guys. Pretty self-explanatory. If you don't have one in your shop, go ahead and grab one. The max amperage that's allowed for this, I believe, is 15 amps, so you can't go too crazy. But It's just something that if you need to quickly plug something in, you could put it in a more reachable location. And this was pretty inexpensive as well. Now the price on this bad boy was $19.99, but I had the old 20% in the holster, and 20% brought it down to $14.99. So for 15 bucks, guys, you really can't go wrong with this. I promise you, you buy one, you put it in your shop, then you're gonna realize, man, I use this thing more than I actually anticipated. So if you're in the area of a Harbor Freight, pick one up. You won't be disappointed. Now the last two things that I got from Harbor Freight this past visit are these right here. Much needed electrical pieces. Honestly, guys, I went without going for these for several times now. I don't know why, but several times I've also needed an electrical clip assortment. Why? Because sometimes you're testing something and you need to connect to it, or you're trying to jumper two spots and you need a clip. So many times I've needed this, where you can make your own jumper wire to jump power from one thing to the next, or to connect two points together. Whatever the case is, this is needed. $3.59, I believe, for 28 pieces. Guys, that's a pretty good deal. You can use all of these different sizes. They come in red and black. You don't really need a bunch of other colors. And for $3 and some change, you've probably spent that on way worse. So that's another positive thing. And the last thing that we got was this right here. This is another low voltage multicolored test leads. Again, when you're working on your car and you're doing a lot of electrical work, and if I'm not going to make one, I can have one already pre-made. At $3.49, you can't go wrong with this either. And this serves the same purpose as this does. But I just got a little redundant, and I knew that since I went without either one of these for so long, let's go ahead and grab another pair. Now, what I like about this is the fact that it's multicolored. 18 inches is more than enough wire length to be able to jump something, connect something, do whatever you like. Because all before, I broke some test leads from a multimeter and was using that. I know it's pretty sad and pathetic. Now, I have two honorable mentions that I want to talk about. And the first one being a mover's blanket. Guys, if you don't have a mover's blanket, get one. It's not just for if you're moving something. While you can use it for that, to keep furniture and things from getting scratched and nicked, but you can use this to cover an engine while you do something on the other side, while you lay on the ground, because it's more padded. I believe in, every time going to Harbor Freight, buying a new tarp, and they usually have those tarps for $2.49, but somebody keeps buying all of them and taking all of them, so they're never in stock in any of the Harbor Freights that I've been to. But despite that fact, these are always in stock, mover blankets. And while they cost a few bucks more, this one in particular, I believe, costs $4.99. You won't be disappointed. Again, laying on the ground, covering something up, different things like that. You will find a ton of different uses for them. And they make them larger, they make them smaller, they make them portable, and it's small enough that you guys can throw this under the seat in your truck, forget about it completely, be stuck on the side of the road and say, wow, I really needed that mover's blanket. The last honorable mention, guys, of something that I recently purchased not too long ago was a new flashlight. This is a quantum flashlight, but the thing I like about these quantum flashlights is this is one that can be focused in. And this bad boy is extremely bright. Look now, I've got several daytime bulbs, and then I can close it and I've got much more of a less focused, more dispersed, wide open range of lighting. This, guys, has helped me so many times. Now, I will say the one gripe that I have with this is this action doesn't have a whole bunch of resistance. So it's not like you can kind of click it in or lock it in. It's kind of wide open, focused. It's very loose, as it were. But maybe I'm just being nitpicky. So there it is, guys. These are the items that were purchased. And honestly, you don't have to go to Harbor Freight and spend a ton of money if you don't need. Sometimes when you go to Harbor Freight, you're picking something for a particular job or project or something that you were doing. And this is exactly what I had in mind here. All of this stuff was all immediate needs for the most part, or something that I at least said I needed within the past 2-3 weeks and had to go without for that time period. This is where all of these things have come in. And I will say, guys, that even though a lot of these items are particularly cheap, that doesn't mean that the quality is there lacking as well. And obviously, we're not using this in professional setting where they are going to be used and beat all the time. That's not what we're doing here. These parts won't be used that terribly much, but we have them when we need them, and that's an important thing. I am especially excited about this battery charger and this engine start module right here. This is going to help me a ton because, man, at times batteries are dead, winter is upon us, all things like that. This bad boy is going to help recharge in a battery rather quickly, and I appreciate that fact so much, because when you just have a battery maintainer and a trickle charger, you will learn to appreciate the finer things in life, guys. So that's it for me today, guys. Not a whole bunch, didn't spend crazy amounts of money, but we got things that serves a purpose and that will be used as well. In the comment section below, guys, let me know of your previous visit to Harbor Freight. What are some things that you bought? What are things that you've liked that you purchased, and other things that really weren't worth your time and money? If you enjoyed the video, guys, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, but tell me how I can improve my content. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.